My name is Benjamin.
And I am Benjamin.
And this week on Iridium, we will be talking about Hamilton the musical, California, the Sanders-Trump debate, Hiroshima and Obama's presence there. For a legal term of the week, we are deviating from that to do the Committee of the Whole.
Which is in English.
Yes. And then we will also be doing, for the first time, a historical period of the week. This week, Reign of Terror. This is Iridium, and I'm Benjamin. So, Benjamin, you were saying that you wanted to discuss Hamilton.
Yes.
What did you want to say about it?
Whether it overly glorifies Alexander Hamilton and why nobody else has gotten a musical. And the musicals about, say, Calvin Coolidge.
Well, he didn't do as much.
Plus, he's mostly notable for being silent. Yet kind of boring musical.
Yes. So I don't think it over-glorifies him. And why he got a musical? Well, because a Broadway playwright was reading a good book about him. Well, listening to a good book about Hamilton.
Yeah, it still seems like I wonder why nobody's yet came up with a sequel to it called Washington about George.
It wouldn't work as well.
Who else needs a musical?
No one else really does.
So not even Henry Clay?
No.
Thomas Jefferson?
No.
Should we just list random people for a long time that make
a
musical?
We shouldn't.
Anything more to say about Hamilton?
No. Do you have any answers to your questions?
I believe that there should be a musical about almost anybody important.
But do you think it over-glorifies him?
Really, George Washington needs to have a musical before Alexander Hamilton does.
But do you think it over-glorifies him?
In order of when the musical was...
Well, there have already been musicals written about George Washington and others.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't quite seem like he was that important to be a Broadway hit.
Well, if you look at it, you probably wouldn't be going to school right now if he hadn't set up the central bank and the funding structure and such.
But then Andrew Jackson kind of destroyed it.
Not really.
He tried. He didn't really
like banks. But he didn't succeed. So, he's probably one of the most important Americans, given that he set up the central bank.
He was the most important American in politics that wasn't president,
I think he is more important than many presidents.
Yes, such as Calvin Coolidge.
So, the California primaries are coming up, and Sanders and Clinton were scheduled to have a debate. And Clinton...
We're scheduled to have a debate. That makes it sound like it didn't happen.
It didn't. But Clinton backed out.
Why? Is she, scared of Sanders?
It would appear so. It would appear so.
Yes, Clinton is scared.
Is there anything else you have to say about California?
It is a state. In case you are wondering, which hopefully you are not. And who's expected to win in the polls? Well,
it's unclear, and in this election cycle, I have given up on trusting the polls because they have proven to be inaccurate. However, the momentum, it seems as if it will be close on the Democratic side, but Clinton will probably come out victorious.
We are just guessing about what a voter would think if they read a bunch of political news. I think Sanders is gonna win this one. Clinton's worked very hard by not going to a debate to give California the impression that she doesn't really care about
However, she's also spent the last month in California campaigning.
Mostly because it's the only real delegate rich state left so far.
And also, if you'll keep in mind, one of the reasons she backed out was because it was on Fox.
Seriously? I think this is why Fox hates the mainstream media, because nobody mainstream wants to be on Fox. Fox, I would like to hear a Democratic debate on Fox, because it would because if she backs out of debates on Fox, then that means that there aren't going to be a whole lot of debates, because Fox is likely to get a debate in the election cycle.
So there'll be a number of debates, most likely, because, well, probably not many, because she'll there will probably be none regardless, because Trump will back out of every one.
Why?
Because he doesn't like debates.
Does that mean that he's a Democratic secret agent?
No.
Because some people have proposed that theory.
Yes, however, it's almost surely inaccurate.
It would be funny if he does turn out to be a Democratic
He's not.
secret agent, though.
He's not.
Alright, that's nice to know. Trump is not a Democratic secret agent. You might want to know this.
I'm almost sure no one was wondering.
Some people were on the BBC website, they read a whole article.
I know that. However, yes, people thought that. However, these were uninformed people if you read the article.
It deserved a BBC article. I think that means the people. There's a lot of them. And
no.
A lot of Trump supporters are uninformed. Why couldn't a lot of Trump supporters be so uninformed to think that he was a Democratic secret agent?
I am sure that those people would not be voting for Trump if they thought that he was a Democratic secret agent. So, after Clinton dropped out of the possible debate with Sanders, Trump was asked if he would like to debate Sanders, and he said yes. And then Sanders tweeted him saying, "Bring it on." And so now their campaigns are negotiating to hold a debate.
Which is a great thing, because there should be way more debates in general. Debates are an awesome thing because you can compare candidates' positions next to each other, especially when debates on Fox News are actually good for Democrats, because the Fox News people are trying to ask the hardest questions, because they are Republicans or conservative.
Well, now that doesn't mean that they're asking the hardest questions, because they also are not very good reporters or interviewers.
Yes, so what network should be on? What network asks the hardest questions?
I think this election cycle, probably the hardest questions have been asked by CNN, surprisingly.
Alright, so hopefully CNN hosts a Sanders-Trump debate, which will be nice because the platforms are both about, like, a big political shift.
Well, not really.
They're not exactly mainstream for the parties.
Trump's is about a big political shift, but
Sanders is kind of a pivot
not
to the
really.
left for the Democrats.
It's not that much of a pivot, though. It's just taking most of the Democrats' policies a few steps to the left. It's not a major pivot.
It's a slight shift of weight to the left.
Okay.
Is this a better metaphor? Yay!
No.
Also, Clinton should debate Cruz just
Except
to have
Cruz
an
dropped out of the
versus
way.
establishment debate.
Except Cruz dropped out of the campaign.
We should also have a Clinton-Trump debate so Trump can say mean comments about women to Clinton's face.
Well, that will already occur once they're both nominated.
Assuming Sanders doesn't win.
He won't. And even if he does win California, he will not win.
Says you.
Well, there is no way at this point that he could win mathematically.
Alright, but still, maybe he could force a brokered convention thanks to Mountain O'Malley.
No.
Also, Mountain O'Malley should debate Rubio.
Mountain O'Malley dropped out of the debate.
And so did Rubio and Martin Rowley dropped out of the race, not the debate.
Yes. Well, and therefore the debates.
But we should have way more cross-party debates.
No, we shouldn't.
With people without the main candidates.
No,
Why
we
do you
shouldn't.
think so? I think it's
because they waste time and no one would watch them.
I would watch them?
Well, yes, but very few people would watch them.
It'd be interesting because you get to see the parodies, because you get to see wings of the parodies, clashing, and you can see how maybe in an alternate America there would be totally different parodies. I like it. I think that we should just put all of the possible Republican candidates and all of the possible Democratic candidates that ever were at the first debate into one debate and then have that really big debate. It would be so fun.
No, it wouldn't. It would be a huge mess. So, moving on. So, this week, Obama was in Hiroshima on what some people have labeled a apology tour. What do you think about this?
It isn't an apology tour.
Well, yes, that's clear, but
he isn't going just to apologize.
And he hasn't apologized.
Plus, he can apologize from the White House.
Yes. So, do you have any other thoughts on it?
Why didn't he go to Nagasaki? They were also
because
by a big nuclear
Hiroshima is the biggest city currently, I believe, now.
But shouldn't he?
And it was also the first use of a nuclear bomb, so it's more
Nagasaki
symbolic.
But Nagasaki was the one that actually ended.
No, it wasn't. The war would have ended after the first bomb regardless.
Yeah, Nagasaki was a catalyst.
No.
For the ending of the war. Alright, it made it end a few seconds quicker. Is that fine with you?
Sure.
Alright.
So, is there anything else you would like to say about it?
That he should also go to Nagasaki.
Why?
Because it seems that he's now disvaluing the victims of the Nagasaki bomb.
No. He's
but
just...
everybody concentrates on Hiroshima. There also was an atomic bomb dropped on
Yes, but Hiroshima is the more symbolic place to go. Because this wasn't...
Why?
Because his thing was not about Hiroshima in particular. It was more generally about nuclear weapons. And so the best place to get the best effect from that speech is where the first nuclear weapon was ever used.
What about just any place? What about the last place currently where a nuclear weapon was used as a war tool? Which would be Nagasaki.
But that wouldn't be like the best. It wouldn't be as symbolic though. Because going to Hiroshima is more symbolic though, because
why?
It's the first place because it was the first place that it occurred. That's like saying that if you're going to talk about flight, you should go to like one of London's airports, because it's the place where the most recent flight has taken off, instead of going to Ohio where the Wright Flyer was built.
But it flew at Kitty Hawk. So to learn about flight, you might actually want to go to London because you will not be received by Bonnie.
Yes, to learn about it. But what I'm saying is that it's not that symbolic to just go there, because it's like any other airport. But then to go to Kitty Hawk or Ohio would be much more symbolic.
Well, if it's about the end of a flight, then you should obviously go to London.
No,
if
but
it's about the beginning of the flight,
but he's
awesome. You should go to.
He is
Kitty
not.
Hawk.
But now the thing here is that he's not talking about the end of this. He's just talking...
He wants to get rid of you.
No, that's not what he said. What he said is he wanted to make it safer. and the world a safer place. And it's much more powerful to go to the first place of a huge, massive, destructive weapon than the last.
But was Hiroshima or Nagasaki a bigger one?
I think Hiroshima was the bigger bomb.
Then I guess that he can go to Hiroshima.
So, this week's legal term of the week is Committee of the Whole. And a Committee of the Whole is basically when a legislative body goes into a committee, meaning that they don't have to follow all of the same rules to make decisions, and sometimes to bypass schedules or deadlines or such, so that they just negotiate in committee, then adjourn the committee, reassemble as the body itself, and then unanimously accept all decisions of the committee.
Why does this legal term matter?
Well, because it's often done.
But should it be done?
There's no reason it shouldn't be.
Alright, then I guess a Committee of the Whole is an okay thing that exists in the legal system.
So, this week, and the very first week, the historical period, is the Reign of Terror. So the Reign of Terror was a...
Spelled R-E-I-G-N, not R-I-A-N. It wasn't the terror was coming from the clouds, it was the terror was coming from the ruler, the one who reigned.
Well, not really. But
kind of, yeah.
So, the Reign of Terror was a period during the French Revolution in which the Committee of Public Safety, a really awful instrument of the law, led by Maximilian Robespierre, basically executed anyone who disagreed with them. However, it was followed by the Thermidorian reaction, in which Maximilian Robespierre and his colleagues on the Committee of Public Safety were then killed for their actions during the Reign of Terror.
By the Republic Revolutionary people.
No, the Maximilian Robespierre and the Committee of Public Safety were part of the Republican Revolution.
Oh.
They were all it was basically infighting.
So, yes, the Reign of Terror was a bunch of infighting. Where terror reigned.
Yes, with a lot of guillotines.
Yes.
So this has been Iridium.
Yes.